Lions in the pack, never got slack, pushing for greatness, never looking back. Fear the war, check the score, can't ignore talent, strength in the Lord. Lions in the pack, never got slack, pushing for greatness, never looking back. Fear the war, check the score, can't ignore talent, strength in the Lord. Lions in the pack, never got slack, pushing for greatness, never looking back.
Welcome to the Schaefer Center here on the campus of Southwestern Assemblies of God University in Waxahachie, Texas. I am Adam Ferguson, joined by my partner in crime, John Cookman. John, how you doing today?
Doing great, Adam. It's so good to be here, be alive. I'm grateful, but we're watching some volleyball action.
The SAGU Lady Lions get ready to play host to the University of Science and Arts in Oklahoma. The Lady Drovers come to town as we get set for the first serve here in the Schaefer Center. We're going to go live to our courtside reporter, Riker Russell, who's with Coach Moore. Riker, what does Coach Moore have to say about this matchup?
Thanks, Adam. Coach Moore, USAO is struggling. MACU beat them last week, and last night you beat MACU in 3 sets. What do you hope to see from your girls to not take this game too lightly?
Yeah, well, we talked this morning about staying humble, staying focused, and staying hungry. This is a team that's scrappy, so we can't take them lightly.
And then also you have a few upperclassmen as well as USAO. So how do you think that will affect today's game?
Well, when we match up with them, they're pretty young. We're young, but athletically, I think we got a good matchup.
Caitlin Marth was the lone bright spot for USAO against Texas Wesleyan last night. How do you plan to take her out of this game?
Well, we're hoping that when we put our rotation on the floor, we're going to have Emma Tompkins and Jancy Akers with her. So those two big girls ought to take her out blocking-wise.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck today. Back to you, Adam.
Thank you, Riker. Thank you, Coach Moore. John, quick turnaround here for the Lady Lions after a big win last night in conference against MACU. Less than 16 hours later, they're here playing USAO and the Lady Drovers.
It was a fantastic win due to the fact they played up to their potential, very few errors, a little bit left to clean up, but for a young team like this with predominantly freshmen and sophomores, just 3 seniors on the team, and all 3 of those seniors do play, but a lot of rotation in and out with freshmen and sophomores. You got to look at a 3-0 win to a team that was ranked above you as a fantastic win. Today should be a win, on paper. It looks like that, but you and I being sports fans and quasi former athletes, we know the importance of not overlooking a team, and we call those trap games. So hopefully this will not be one of those trap games today.
I think I might be a little more quasi than you in that category, John. But there you see the current standings for the Student Athletic Conference. SAGU coming in today in 4th place, bumping up over Mid-America Christian last night after that win. And there you see USAO in 10th place, 1 game ahead of Central Christian. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go live courtside for the pregame festivities as we get set for the first serve here between USAO and the SAGU Lady Lions right here on the SAGU Sports Network.
Featuring the Drovers of the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma and your SAGU Lady Lions. As a member of the NAIA of the Student Athletic Conference, we are committed to the true spirit of competition as champions of character, embracing 5 core values: respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. We ask each of you as a participant, official, or spectator to abide by these values by creating a positive environment in which our athletes may participate, our officials may work, and you, the spectator, may enjoy. We hope you will enjoy this contest. Please rise and remove your hats as we honor God in prayer. And remain standing and face the flag. as we honor our nation with the singing of the national anthem by SAGU student Eddie Perkins. Please bow your heads as we pray. Father God, we thank you for the opportunity to be here today. We pray for every athlete on this court. We pray you keep them safe. We have an injury-free game, and that everything we do will be for your glory and for your honor. In your name we pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I'll introduce you first. Drover starting lineup. Number 7, Allison Patel, freshman from White Oak, Texas. Freshman from Oklahoma City, number 22, Savannah Grassman. From Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, freshman Caitlin Marth, number 23. Number 30, Haley Allen. Number 32, Haley Mackey. Number 33, Passionate Briglow. And number 17, Marquis King, from Gainesville, Oklahoma. The head coach is Richard Barker. And now for the SAGU Athletics, senior from Round Rock, Texas, number 3, Madeline Hartline. Freshman from Round Texas, number 5, Ava Myers. Senior from Fort Worth, Texas, number 6, Brittany Scalaby. Senior from Round Rock, Texas, number 8, Sophia Ivy. Freshman from Waller, Texas, number 11, Emma Tompkins. Sophomore from Rosenberg, Texas, number 18, Dancy Akers. And junior from Waxahachie, Texas, number 10, Nikki Oliver. Head coach for the Lady Lions in his 18th season is Kent Moore. Assistant coach is Nick Moore. Student assistant is Jessica Sovich. Officials for today's game are David Myers and Becky Dobbin.
There you have it, the starting lineups for the USAO Lady Drovers and the SAGU Lady Lions. Again, the Lady Lions coming off a big win last night in straight sets against Mid-America Christian and the Lady Evangels. And a quick turnaround here as they play hosts to the Lady Drovers. John, last night, coming up big for the Lady Lions was Alexis Mueller, one of these young players. She's a sophomore. Not used to seeing too many sophomores on the court for the Lady Lions, but she came up in a big way last night.
She really did. She's on a roll and leads the team right now in hitting percentage, and had a little bit of a slow start, and that's not that it wasn't a bad start compared to what we were used to seeing her do. It's a little slow start out of the gate, but she has caught fire over the last 5 matches and really has put this team on her shoulders in that position of outside hitter. But the freshmen, we have some fantastic freshmen, and Emma Tompkins and Ava Myers also leading up a lot of kills. Ava Myers leads the team in kills, and her hitting percentage puts her down around 3rd or 4th on the team, but she's still getting a lot of kills per game.
Serving first for the Lady Drovers, Haley Allen as we are underway here. The Lady Lions setting up their offense early, looking for Tompkins. And here comes the Lady Drovers. Good job to keep it under control by Stalaby. And there is the aforementioned Ava Myers. They're going to say it was not tipped on the back line, out of bounds. First point.
It looked like it. That was true.
Get a better look at it here. Last person there, and
hard to tell, but
tough.
the point is going to go to the Drovers.
Right over the hands of Marquis King, and it looks like the Lady Lions, they reversed the call. It looks like it did go off the hands of King, and they're going to get the serve here. Good break there early on.
Forget everything I just said, and we will now say the point. Second point goes to the Lady Lions.
Ariel Horton with an ace. We saw a lot of those last night for the Lady Lions, doing a good job of just placing the ball in awkward situations off a serve. And there's another one. Having to lunge out to her left off the serve was Haley Mackey. And again, the Lady Lions just have been really good at that this season, is placement of these serves.
Yeah, well, Ariel Horton comes in as a junior and bringing a lot of experience. She has a very good serve. Sometimes it's hard for her to keep it in. It goes long a lot of times. But when she gets it in, it is hard to handle.
Net violation on Haley Allen there, and the Lady Lions 4 points in a row here to open this game. As they step back to serve again, does Horton. USAO looking to stop this run. And the Lady Lions, bad first pass there, but Myers is able to get some good heat behind that. And then right into the net on the kill by Savannah Grassman. And the Lady Lions out to a quick 5-0 start over this USAO Lady Drivers team, or Lady Drovers team, rather. And here is Horton back to serve again. USAO on the offense here. And there is the first point for USAO off the hand of one of the coolest names I'm ever going to read, Passionate Breedlove for USAO. Wearing number 33 for the Lady Drovers. Almaguer takes in the serve. Ivy over to Horton from the back line, and it's out of bounds. She was looking for that back corner, just a little bit too much on.
Yeah, she was trying to come down that right side line and make it tough for the defender to get to. Just a little too much. Couldn't handle the serve, Ava Myers.
Marquis King with a nice serve there, and it's, again, we've seen that a lot so far. It's just awkward serves in a good position, kind of glances off the hands. And that one long. Good job of the Lady Lions. Communication there as it goes out of bounds past that back line. Gives SAGU a 6-3 lead here in the first set. Back to serve now, Ava Myers. The Lady Lions, good hustle there by USAO. Ivy leaves it for Hartline.
Woo!
And Maddie Hartline on the slide is able to power it down past everybody.
Maddie Hartline does such a great job. She's quick to her positions on the floor, always getting to the right spot in time to make big plays like that.
And there we see Ava Myers. Unforced error on the serve goes long, and it gives USAO the ball right back.
I attribute that. Do we see that a lot from Ava Myers? She likes to hit the ball hard and goes long a lot of times, but when it does get in, it is very hard to handle.
And that one off the net and right in front of Jordeza Gaeta. She couldn't bring it in. And that's going to pull the Lady Drovers back within 2, 7-5 in favor of the Lady Lions.
This is one of the few times you will see for the Lady Lions all three seniors on the court.
Ivy leaving it up for Hartline. Kind of awkwardly off the net. Now they just have to get it over, and that's going to be long and out of bounds. Long and wide for the Lady Drovers, and that gives the Lady Lions a 3-point lead right back. There you see it just trying to dump it over to try to maintain the point. And a little too strong there from the libero for the Lady Drovers. The Lady Lions can set something up here. Here's Ivy going cross court to Mueller, and kind of a little bit of self-preservation there on the part of Haley Allen. That ball came down fast.
That's what we're have come accustomed to seeing Mueller do, is be able to go down that left line. She usually hits from the left side, that outside side, and really has become a dominant force for the Lady Lions on the outside there, because she handles the windows and the narrow alleys so well. The accuracy is great.
We see Jancy Akers take a shot at it, and it was touched at the net and out of bounds. That's going to be a Lady Lions point. Good pass from Ivy.
Yep, and Jancy Akers does such a great job in the middle. She's a middle blocker, but gets set quite a bit from Ivy there in the middle. And the combination between Jancy Akers and Hartline, when you can rotate those out, it's pretty formidable force that Coach Moore has put together. Not really a weak spot in the middle ever.
And there we see the blocking duo of Alexis Mueller and Jancy Akers stepping up on the defensive side, gives the Lady Lions a 3-point lead. Cross court tried to push it over, and that's going to go out of bounds. Another good defensive stand there for the Lady Lions as Caitlin Marth, the best hitter for this Lady Drovers team, just tried to push it over and blocked right back down in front of the Lady Drovers defense.
So this front line for Coach Moore is freshman, sophomore. You got to be extremely tickled to know that you are in good hands for the future.
And you got to like that serve from Ivy, just finding that back corner in front of everybody. And an ace for Sophia Ivy, who's closing in on the all-time assist record for this Lady Lions team. She is a senior, had just over 30 assists last night as that attempt goes out of bounds. She's getting close to under 120 left going into tonight, so we'll keep an eye on that as the upcoming weeks pass. You got to think she's going to get there, though. She's having a great season.
She's going to get there. There's no doubt about that. She's got too many great hitters around her not to get there.
There's Ivy with another serve. 14-6 for the Lady Lions, and that's going to be another ace for Sophia Ivy. And the Lady Lions rolling here in the first set, up 9, as head coach Richard Barker wants a timeout. And he needs one, down 9.
So this is a rebuilding year for the Drovers. And as you can see, and on paper, it's not often that you get to go, okay, well, we can see on paper this is going to be somewhat of a mismatch. And one of the biggest reasons for the obvious nature and disparity between the competition of teams like this is going to be this is an extreme rebuilding year for the Drovers. They have only one senior and one junior to count on. So there's really not a lot of experience, and that's what you're seeing, a lot of points given up by self-inflicted, creating that self-inflicted wound, really, is that just good effort, good try, but the accuracy and the experience to build up that kind of accuracy and to build up the momentum to be able to carry your team to make these games tight is just not there. So this is going to be a great learning year for the Drovers. But USAO's got to be excited that that next year they'll have just another year of experience. And in a couple years, this team will probably be very hard to handle.
And they do have a blossoming superstar in Caitlin Marth, who's just been so good this season on a struggling USAO team. And keep an eye out for her tonight. She does wear number 23, has been their best player all season.
Yep.
You got to love the.
And she's just a freshman in from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
Got to love the fact that you will most likely have her for 4 years. Another serve from Ivy, and that's just going to go over. Blocked, but there was separation at the net, and it drops in front of the SAGU front line.
Great hit by Allison Patak, another freshman, and she's from White Oak, Texas.
A couple of Texas players on this Oklahoma-based team, as now they are within 8, 15-7, and that is way long. That's not what you want to do, as Allison Patak, who just had that kill, goes long on the serve. And just after you stop the bleeding, you do have an unforced error.
Yeah. And that's the youth. That's just youth, inexperience. Trying to get it, they're forcing it, trying to get it to the back line, make it tough, because it's always hard to field a serve really way back in the field, in the court. And you'll see a lot of youngsters try to do that, and they just go long.
And then Brittany Stalaby gives it right back on an unforced error off the serve. Here's Myers, and Myers showing why she leads this team in total kills as she gets it past everybody. 17-8. Back out to a 9-point lead. Nikki Almaguer back to serve, the junior. This Lady Lions team, that's right back over the net. And the Lady Lions can set up some offense. Here's Hartline, and that is as easy as it gets.
Yep.
Hartline taking the pass.
Great receive from Almaguer right here on an errant hit, and then an easy scheme to Hartline. That works 9 times out of 10.
And the serve goes off the antenna. And the Lady Drovers find themselves down 11 here in the first set. Almaguer still back to serve. And they just have to dump it over. Almaguer to Ivy. Looking for Tompkins. Tipped at the net, out of bounds, point. Lady Lions, 20-8.
I could hear that hit through the glass,
Through
in
the glass
skybox.
and through our headsets.
Wow. That Emma Tompkins can really pound the ball. And that's a lot of fun to see.
Oh,
when,
absolutely.
When you get your hitters going and they feel like they can really swing freely. A lot of fun volleyball to watch in that case. And this is one of those games where you just kind of go for it. You don't know how long you're going to be on the court because at 20-8, coaches tend to feel like they can start playing with the rotation, start giving young ladies the opportunity to play because there's a lot of room here. And Coach Moore has some other fantastic freshmen that just do not see the floor very often that I think we will see today. And they really deserve it. They practice so hard.
Yep.
And one of the big things that he says is that the reason they haven't taken too much of a slide due to all the experience, because if you look at it on paper, all this inexperience usually leads to huge mistakes and a very rough climb up the winning mountain. And they haven't struggled that much this year with that, and that's because they have so much talent in practice. So the practice squad really gives a challenge to the first stringers.
Almaguer back to serve again now with a 12-point lead. That's blocked at the net, set back up. Here's Stalaby looking for Myers, and Myers gets it past everybody and past that back line and gives the Lions 21-8 lead here in the first set. And this is what you want to do, John. We were talking
Absolutely.
about it. It could be a quote-unquote trap game. This is how you want to come out and start.
And to be able to do it, again, we refer to the youngsters, but to do it with this kind of inexperience just shows a much deeper level to the team as a whole.
And now another point for the Lady Lions as it was blocked right back into the heart of the defense. 22-8, Almaguer still back to serve. And that one kind of borderline, looked like it may have been a little bit long.
I believe that would have gone long, but you can't take that chance.
Tompkins gets it inbounds. Lady Lions.
Those a little curveball that had a little bit of right to left spin on it.
Good pass from Ivy to back set. And there you see it just kind of slicing through the defense, 23-8. And the Lady Lions are going to have a free offensive possession. Here's Ivy looking for Myers, and that is almost unstoppable. Don't get in front of that one.
No.
24-8.
No, that's going to hurt forearms, break some fingers.
Set point on the way for the Lady Lions. Almaguer back to serve. Off the side of the arm. And just have to dump it over. Almaguer gets it to Ivy. Back set for Tompkins. And that is going to do it for set number one.
Ivy having her way, she could pick either side. Both sides were rolling very effectively and just choosing kind of going zigzag, one left, one right, one left, one right. And the freshmen on the outside did their job.
Absolutely. The Lady Lions dominant in set number 1. Again, a score of 25-8 to take that first set, and that is absolutely what you want to do. We'll be right back. Set number 2 coming your way. Don't go anywhere. Lady Lions, Lady Drovers, right here on the SAGU Sports Network.
I try to think of, how a kid will view me on the court, and what I want them to see, in my mind, is someone who has a ton of fun doing it, who does what's right and does his best every time he steps onto the floor.
Tired of being passed over for that promotion? Well, did you know that getting your MBA can be a great way to supercharge your professional career? Those who graduate from a 2-year MBA program on average earn a starting salary of $90,000. Through SAGU's online MBA, you can earn your degree while still working at your job. And at half the cost of other 2-year MBAs, there's no need to worry about the price. So what's holding you back? Apply today at sagu.edu.
Welcome back to the SAGU Sports Network as we get ready for set number 2 coming your way between the Lady Drovers and the Lady Lions. If you're just joining us, the Lady Lions dominant in set number 1, 25-8 victory over the Lady Drovers, and just looked so good to start this game. And that's absolutely the performance you're looking for against a team that on paper you should have an easy time with as they come in. USAO does 1-8 in conference, 1-12 overall, and second to last place in the Sooner.
Well, SAGU with the win last night moved into a tie with MACU for 4th place. So it's OCU, JBU, and Texas Wesleyan University sitting in the top 3. But it's very important. If you do not know how the Sooner Athletic Conference tournaments roll, then it's the top 4 teams that get to host the bottom 4 in tournament season. So very important that SAGU kind of maintains that 4th place side of things.
Myers looking for a kill attempt, dug out there by King. Almaguer takes it in. Ivy back set for Tompkins. And Tompkins gets it past that first line of defense, down the net and inbounds. And there you see the up-to-date conference standings in the Sooner Athletic Conference. And you see SAGU there at number 4. And the Lady Drovers cannot catch a break here. That one by Britton Newton could not get the ball across that or through that initial line of defense, who's been very good today so far for the Lady Lions. 3-0 lead. Almaguer still back to serve. A good one as going to her knees that time was Marth. Could not bring it in.
Good to see. Almaguer is a very good server, and she's got a lot of tricks in her bag, and you saw that. That was great placement, short and to
You jinxed
the
her.
left.
You jinxed her.
And you did it last night, so I felt that it was only my duty to do it today. Sorry, Nikki.
Unforced error there by the Lady Lions.
My bad. Was not her fault.
Lady Drovers to serve. Ivy back set to Tompkins from way back.
Wow.
That lands out of bounds. Point Lady Lions. And that's just the power game that
Yep.
Tompkins brings to the table.
Yeah, that was good timing by Passionate Breedlove right there to get her hands on that. That was going to be quick and down, and she got there just in time. Just went a little long off her hand.
There is Breedlove, the lefty. Swings and a good block by the Lady Lions. Another good block, but USAO is able to keep it alive. They just dump it over. Almaguer to Ivy. Looking for Hartline, and Maddie Hartline takes the pass from her senior teammate, Sophia Ivy. And that is just easy work.
Yeah, things going very well for the Lady Lions. They're executing flawlessly.
And here's Horton setting up the offense here. And blocked right back down in the face of Haley Mackey. And Lady Lions get another one up 7-1. As defense, the frontline defense of the Lady Lions, Jancy Akers, Maddie Hartline, Alexis Mueller has all been really good tonight that time.
That was actually Sophia Ivy on that help block, and she does a great job getting in the air as well. Wow.
And we see Ava Myers now. She's having herself a game so far tonight. Dominated that first set, and now keeping that momentum going.
Her hitting percentage is going to really elevate after these games.
And another good serve by the Lady Lions. Saw a hole in the defense, really playing pretty far back, and she's able to just kind of dump it in right in front of that back line. And that's easy. 9-1. Big lead here for the Lady Lions. And that one out of bounds long. That's going to give a point back to USAO. So far in this second set, the Lady Drovers' 2 points have come off of unforced errors off of serves for the Lady Lions. So essentially, they're giving them points. They're only 2 points of the second set, and the Lady Drovers gave it right back on an unforced error of their own. And now back to serve is Ava Myers, as the Lady Lions up 10-2.
And you see Mueller check in for Brittany Stalaby.
King takes it in, and they just kind of have to dump it over. Ivy to Hartline, sliding, dug out there by the back row. They just have to get it over again. There's Ivy. Cross for Mueller, and that's just easy. And we saw a lot of that last night. Alexis Mueller just getting up and setting it down hard.
I love this. See, Hartline goes and really sells the fake there, and that is just enough to throw any team off, and it opens up some lanes for the outside hitter, and Mueller took care of business.
Ooh, off the hands of Almaguer and out of bounds. And just kind of crossed her up there. It looked like it may have been a little bit long.
Yeah, that was.
It's a tough. It's tough though.
That was high, but you don't want to take the chance. Just no way.
11-3 now in favor of the Lady Lions. Here is Ivy from Mueller, dug out, and they just have to dump it back over and out of bounds. Not what you want to do if you're trying to give the Lady Lions a free ball. And then you just can't even keep it in bounds to keep the point alive. 12-3 now, advantage for the Lady Lions in set number 2. Another good serve. Blocked at the line or at the net. Ivy. Looking for a good kill there. A good job to keep it alive. The Lady Lions just going to have to dump it over. Here's Ivy looking for Mueller and blocked out of bounds. Another point for the Lady Lions. That's so far tonight, that's the best fight we've seen USAO put up on a point. That's the longest rally that we've seen so far. So they're looking to not go down without a fight here despite being down 9. Ivy looking for Akers, and Akers from that middle hitter position gets it down. and gives the Lady Lions an 11-point lead now, 14-3 here in set number 2. And John, I didn't think they could get more dominant than set number 1, and the Lady Lions proved me wrong. This second set has just been so good.
Oh yeah, the defense has stepped up for the Lady Lions, and their blocking at the net has been spot on. Very intimidating.
And there we see Caitlin Marth with a rare misfire. Hits it right into the net. Now the Lady Lions, first to 15, 15-3 here in the second set. Lexi Alexander still back to serve for SAGU. Alexander to Ivy. Pretty good looking hit there from Dredeza from the back line. Gets it to Ivy. Looking for Mueller. And that's going to find the floor. The Lady Lions rolling here in the second set. I'm surprised that head coach Richard Barker hasn't called a timeout here in the second set. Try to stop the momentum.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do when the train's rolling? It's going to be hard to put any brakes on it at all anyway.
Net violation against the Lady Drovers, as it looks like Haley Allen found her way inside that net, 17-3. Alexander still back to serve. Can the Lady Drovers get some offense? Marth. Ivy, cross court to Mueller. Dug out by King. Here's Marth again. And that one is long and wide. And 18-3 now. The Lady Drovers just cannot find a point. They've got 3, but keep in mind 2 of those came off of unforced service errors.
Well, when you get to the net and you're trying to make a kill happen and it keeps getting blocked down in your face, your tendency is you're trying to get over it. And right now, as they try to get over it, just too much power and it's going long.
And it looks like they awarded a point. I think there was a substitution infraction. I'm not sure what the call was there. But the Lady Drovers get another point here in the second set, 18-4. Here's Ivy to Mueller.
Wow.
And Mueller down the line gets it to fit in that back corner. And that's about as good as it gets if you are a Lady Lions fan. And just the accuracy. That's why she leads this team in hitting percentage.
Yeah.
19-4 now. And the Lady Lions just have not taken the foot off the gas pedal here so far in this game. And there we see an unforced service error from Sophia Ivy. Rare to see. She's really good on that back line in service.
Leads the team in service aces. Good short serve
Ivy
there.
on the second hit, the crafty senior veteran, able to get that ball over and go 20-5 now. As we see Stalaby back to serve for the Lady Lions, holding on to a 15-point lead in this second set. Here's Marth, just has to kind of push it over. And we're going to get a whistle, a double contact there on Caitlin Marth. 21-5 now. Stalaby remains back to serve. Good serve as it's fielded awkwardly, just has to get it over. And John, you were almost singing happy birthday there for Tompkins. Almaguer to Ivy. Ooh, trying to find that back corner was Leilani Gonzalez. Checking in for the first time tonight. And Tompkins gets it blocked into the net as it was not quite high enough to get over. 21-6. Good to see Leilani Gonzalez getting a little bit of action. The tallest member of this Lady Lions team at 6'1". And guess what, John? Another freshman for Coach Moore.
Oh, yeah. Leilani comes in highly touted and has a big swing. And when she gets it going and she's going to get her time, you're going to see a lot of fingers get broken because she can hit the ball hard.
22-6 now in favor of the Lady Lions. Almaguer back to serve. Back set and just couldn't quite get the timing down as Breedlove had to just get it over. And then Hartline has it blocked in front of her. Ivy with the second hit tries to get it over, and then a lift on the Lady Drovers. Up 23-6 now are the Lady Lions. Almaguer to serve again. Tried to block it back down, but there's Myers. There's no frontline defense there. She pretty much had a free shot at that.
Oh, yeah, had to take it. This was a good get by Hartline. Perfect, like bump set there from a very bad position.
Stalaby digs it out. Ivy looking for Myers. And the Lady Drovers looked like they could have kept it alive for a second, and then it goes out of bounds. And the Lady Lions are going to take set number 2, even more dominant than set number 1, which they won 25-8. This one, a score of 25-6. And the Lady Lions are absolutely rolling the Lady Drovers as we get ready for set number 3 coming your way here in just a few moments. While we get ready, we are going to go ahead and throw it live courtside to our courtside reporter, Riker Russell, who's with assistant coach Nick Moore. Riker, how's Coach Nick feel about the performance so far today by the Lady Lions?
Thanks, Adam. Coach, how do you evaluate your team's performance in this last 2 sets?
Yeah, we're doing everything really, really well. We're passing the ball cleanly, which means we can run a quick offense is what we want to do. So that's what we're doing.
With the lead, are we going to start seeing any new players enter the rotation in this third set? And if so, who are we going to see?
Probably, and we'll let it be a surprise.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck. Back to you, Adam.
Thank you, Riker. Thank you, Coach Nick. As we get ready, just a couple minutes away here from set number 3, as you've seen the Lady Lions just absolutely dominate the Lady Drovers. This is just a testament to the coaching and the ability to prepare his team for a game against a team that, again, as we said multiple times, on paper you should win. Don't want to play down to the level of your opponent.
I agree, and I think that's one of your biggest concerns as a coach is how does a young team like this handle it's not really pressure. It's actually how do you handle when there is no pressure, when you know that the team that is coming in is a lesser than type of opponent, at least in talent and what's on the paper, and they know that. Can you keep your head in the game? Can you keep your mind focused on the things you're supposed to do? And that is exactly what's happening today. And Coach Moore's got to be proud of his coaching staff and his young ladies that are out there just really doing great work.
And there you see a live look into Southwestern Christian playing host to Oklahoma Panhandle
Somebody
State.
needs to plug in the camera.
They are up 1-0, and they lead the second set 18-14. But going back to here in Waxahachie, look at the command that Coach Moore has inside that huddle. You wouldn't think that they just won 2 sets and holding their opponents to just single digits in both of those sets. The way he commands the attention of his team, and when you've been coaching for a minute or two in the same place as Coach Moore has done, he's earned that respect from his Lady Lions.
Absolutely. Well, when he's the new H&R Block, or I think that's who that was. There used to be a commercial about when so-and-so speaks, everyone listens. It's that way with Hank Moore.
Absolutely. As we get set for the third set, looks like Coach Moore is going to keep the majority of his starters in, and it looks like it's almost all of the girls that started for this game, for this match, are going to kick off this third set. As the Lady Drovers, they've got to try to find a way to get something going here, and it's a tough hill to climb when you just lost those first 2 sets by a score that you did lose. You got to come out swinging, nothing to lose here in this game. You're already down 2-0. Look for some aggressive play from USAO this set.
Yeah, I think you in this case you have nothing to lose. Just go for it. Swing as hard as you can and dive. Just find the ball, make something good happen.
Back to serve for the Lady Drovers is Haley Allen. Stalaby takes it in. And there we see it right off the get. The first lead of the night for the Lady Drovers off the hands of Passionate Breedlove.
You could tell that Passionate has a good IQ for the game, good court awareness, and she's got a lot of athletic ability. But I think the big acer in her hand is the fact that she's left-handed. And when she really gets in line with that sneaky attack, she's going to be able to do some damage here in the future.
Here is Horton to serve now, 1 apiece here in the third set. And Almaguer just gets a hand on it, and it goes long out of bounds. Tough play to make there for the back corner.
It is, and that's way above her head. She knows better. She knows that she probably should have let that go, and especially being a senior, she's been there, done that. And just a poor decision by a senior leader.
And that's going to go out of bounds. Lady Lions tie it back up at 2 apiece. And all in all, if you're in that kind of situation, if that's going to hit, it's going to hit right on the corner, right on the back line. And you live with that.
Yeah, you live with that.
And then to get a hand on it, like you said, that's the kind of thing that
well, she either thought she was out of position or just reacted errantly.
And Myers' serve goes out of bounds just long. And that's going to give Lady Drovers the lead here again in the third set, 3-2. As back to serve for USAO is Britton Newton.
And you see a new face, junior Miranda Solis comes in for Ava Myers.
The defensive specialist out of Houston, Texas. Here's
Boom.
Mueller. And USAO had it blocked for a second, but everyone else just kind of seemed out of position. And Mueller able to power it down. And then we see Lexi Alexander come in to serve for the Lady Lions. All tied up at 3 apiece. And an ace for Lexi as she drops it in right in front of that back line of defense. And they look like they just didn't move. They didn't react at all to that serve. Maybe some miscommunication, but Alexander, who I talked to Coach Moore before the game, he says she's accepted her role on this team as one of their servers, and she is one of the best on this team at serving the ball. And there we see Akers. One motion from Ivy. Up and powers it down.
And she plays really decent defense on the back line. She's gotten to a few balls to keep them alive. And it's great to see role players just achieve and maybe even overachieve.
There we see maybe a little hesitation on the end of Allison Patak. Hung up in the air a little bit longer and maybe threw the Lady Lions defense for a loop here. You see kind of double clutched, but was still able to get underneath it enough to get it over.
Yeah, great athletic ability and good swing there. Held off and changed directions. That was a fantastic play. If they can just get a hold of those types of positive plays and create some momentum, they will start really doing much better as a team.
Lady Lions' Alexis Mueller is able to power it down. And back into the game is Leilani Gonzalez. Look for her in the middle wearing 14. And she's got a lot of power. Sophia Ivy back to serve. And miscommunication there on behalf of the Lady Drovers. That pass just could not find anybody. That's going to go down as an ace for Ivy. The pass was there. It was just kind of in between two people. They couldn't make up their mind who wanted to take the hit. 7-4 now in favor of the Lady Lions. Another good serve as she has to go down and get it. Marth, cross-court kill attempt, and they can't get the ball over. Good hustle there by the Lady Lions, but that's the first time tonight that we've been able to see Kaylin Marth get a
really
successful
hit the
hit.
Ball. Right.
She hasn't had many opportunities. 7-5.
Patak. Oh, just a little outside.
And another unforced error for this USAO team on a serve. And it's going to be 8-5 now as Stalaby is back to serve. Pretty good serve. Second hit gets the ball over there. It was Haley Allen, the lone senior on this Lady Drovers team, with a little veteran craftsmanship there as she gets it over on the second hit. And here is Marth back to serve. Ivy looking for Myers. And Myers so good tonight as she's able to get it past everybody. showing off the power game that she brings to the table as a young freshman.
Hartline back in for Gonzalez, and Stalaby in for Anderson. Alexander, I mean.
Oh, what a play by Almaguer, diving and gets it to Ivy. Here's Myers, and it's dug out off the tip on the net. And that one goes out. Ivy almost got crossed up a little bit. It looks like she almost tried to touch it. And it just came off the hand awkwardly. Good job by Ivy not to stick an arm out to try to get that one. 10-6 now. Hits the net, and over it goes. Lady Lions have to play it. Hartline gets it over. That one's blocked and out of bounds. There we see the power behind the Newton kill. She gets behind it pretty well. She's got a chance. She's got some power on that. Stalaby gets to it. Ivy over to Tompkins. And Tompkins with a little power of her own is able to get it. Tried to dig it out was King, and she couldn't quite do it. And there we see Tompkins. Another one of these fantastic freshmen for Coach Moore. And they're really stepping up tonight. Here is Horton. The local product out of Waxahachie, Texas. 11-7 now. And that's going to be a point for the Lady Lions. It looks like there was movement before the serve, which you cannot do. And a quick whistle there by H1.
Drover's doing much better in this set than the previous two. Only a 4-point deficit at this point, and their max score was 8 in the first set, so they're almost there already. Making some positive moves forward, and that's just important as a team, especially a young team like this, to at least be able to look back and see that you can make strides forward. R2 trying to verify everybody on the court and make sure that they should be on the court.
12-7 now in favor of the Lady Lions here in the third set, and that's going to be another ace for Horton as it was played awkwardly off the hands. And the Lady Lions picking up some momentum here in the third set after the Lady Drovers so far here have been able to keep it close in this third set. And the Lady Lions starting to pull away. And here is Horton. Standing it up, here is Breedlove. Ivy. So Myers, who we've seen so good at the power game, kind of pokes it over that time.
Yeah, a little forward roll, lightly touched. Very nice. Very nice.
And here is Horton again. That time looking for the strong swinging Newton, and it goes long out of bounds past that back line. And the Lady Lions up 8, 15-7.
Substitutions.
Oh, it looks like it was tipped. They're going to say it was tipped at the net off the Newton kill. So they're actually going to give a point to USAO. I didn't see that there. Tough to see, but maybe it glanced off the right hand of Sophia Ivy. So a score correction. It's going to be 14-8 now in favor of the Lady Lions. As King back to serve. Stalaby takes it in. Ivy, the pass to Myers, and Myers tries to go cross court with it, and it ends up out of bounds. And the Lady Drovers pull back within 5. Back to serve for Lady Drovers is King. Stalaby to Ivy. And Ivy tries to get it on the second hit. We've seen her do that a couple of times today, and she's been successful. That time, maybe try to do it a little too quick. Had a good idea, though. Myers gets it over to Ivy. She's got to dump it over. The USAO Lady Drovers have a chance here. Dug out by Almaguer. Here's Ivy looking for Myers. And Myers is able to power it down and stop that mini Lady Drover run. as it is now 15-10. They push that lead back out to 5. Do the Lady Lions. Here in set number 3, again, if you're just joining us, the Lady Lions took set number 1 25-8, and in the second set 25-6. And the Lady Drovers so far this third set, they put up a fight and have put up their most points so far on the afternoon, but still find themselves down 16-10. Good job there by King, but they just have to get it over, and into the net it goes. And the Lady Lions now up 7-0. Or 17-10, I'm rather, up 7 here in the third set. And there is Myers. And Myers with an unforced service error into the net. Now 17-11, they pull back within 6. Here in set number 3. And back to serve now for the Lady Drovers, Savannah Grassman from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Another one of these freshmen. And a good kill attempt there from the back line by Ariel Horton. And she does a good job of those kills past that 10-foot line, and there we see an example of it. 18-11, 7-point lead for the Lady Lions. And a new face, Emily Little, back to serve for SAGU. And that one's going to go long. I did talk to Coach Moore a little bit before the game, and he did say Emily Little comes into this season as a freshman, and she's accepted a role as a setter, or a server rather, and just has had a couple of unforced errors so far in the season, and has led Coach Moore to kind of lean away from it a little bit. But she's been doing a better job in practice, he said, and he wants to get her a little live action tonight here in this third set. Here's Mueller, and Mueller powers it down hard. She is so good and so efficient.
Yeah, just very effective. And if you'll notice the way she jumps, it's not a lot of forward motion. So she has to generate a lot of hip technique and swing through across. She generates a lot of power, but it helps her with her accuracy.
And that one was dug out finally by the Lady Lions, Ariel Horton, but just couldn't find anybody on that back line. Looked like Little had a chance at it, and nobody moved. And the Lady Drovers pull within 8, 20-12. Horton to Ivy to Akers. Dug out for the time being. Can they get it over? They can. Good hustle by the Lady Drovers. Looking for Mueller. And that one tried to dig it out, did King. And that's just tough. When she gets a full head of steam like that, not many people are going to stop it. A one-on-one, almost a one-on-one blocking opportunity is not going to get the job done. And we have a timeout by Coach Barker here in the third set. 21-12, the Lady Lions are leading. And they have relied heavily on the backs of their hitters tonight in Alexis Mueller and Ava Myers. Ava Myers stepping up as Alexis Mueller did last night. It's nice to have two hitters that are interchangeable like that, and they're both young.
Oh, yeah, and I can't even imagine the happiness that Coach Moore goes to bed with at this point as a coach, because he knows this squad is just starting to really build some steam that potentially has another 2.5 years left in it. So it's going to be a nice long ride, and it's the last 3 years has been wonderful in the advancement of at least getting a lot of wins for this Lady Lions team. And they're always going to be a great character team, always. But when you add a lot of wins to that, just builds a momentum for your program that you usually can't get. And I would say this program is on fire right now.
Absolutely, and they are up 21-12 here in the third set and have really just dominated USAO so far this afternoon, and it really hasn't been close. As Sophia Ivy steps back, looking to close this third set out and get out of here with an easy win against USAO. Again, here in set number 3, the Lady Lions already up 2-0. Ivy's serve is a good one. It goes back over, and there you go, John. Let me hear it.
Happy birthday!
As we see Emma Tompkins.
What a gift.
Absolutely. Emma Tompkins, 2 hands up high and gets it pretty much straight down. And that shows the length and the height of that middle hitter for Coach Moore. Ivy's serve taken in by King. And again, it almost gets over the net, but Tompkins, the presence of the middle blocker there on defense, kind of threw that entire possession off. And really, that's kind of a 50-50 ball there at the net. 23-12 now in favor of the Lady Lions. Ivy's serve. Again, the return almost goes over. Mueller, this time away from the power move, just has to kind of push it past that defense.
Great recognition and a court awareness to see that. And just tipped it to the left. Didn't get crazy with it. Didn't try to push it out to the back or anything. Just saw where the open space was and went right to it.
24-12 as USAO just has to give it back. And Mueller, they do get it over.
Wow.
Good job by Tompkins. And that is going to do it as USAO was crossed up on that last point, that last rally. And the Lady Lions take set number 3, 25-12. And that is going to do it for the match. As this one, John, it was in no danger for the Lady Lions.
No, and the Lady Lions did exactly what they should have done. And that is exciting from a coach's perspective and a fan's perspective, because you know that when you take care of your business the way you should, then good things are going to happen in the future. And this team is definitely not hit the ceiling yet. And there's still more room even for this young team to improve with realistic expectation. And I think they could easily be a top 3 team in the Sooner Athletic Conference, possibly if they really start to get to that ceiling of potential. I think it could be a top 2. Oklahoma City, in my opinion, and I've been watching the women's volleyball in the NAIA for quite a while, but in my opinion, Oklahoma City is the number 1 team in the nation. There's going to be it's going to be hard for anyone to really beat them. They've already beaten early in the season before conference play got started. Oklahoma City beat the number 1 team in the nation. So they've proven that they can handle the toughest of tests. And that just makes it harder for other teams in the Sooner Athletic Conference. But whoever takes that number 2 spot, I think, is worthy of a trip to nationals as well. Sooner tends to get overlooked in the national rankings, but with great play from Oklahoma City, John Brown, Texas Wesleyan, and SAGU, I think those things change.
Our courtside reporter is live with the SAGU Sports Network player of the game in Ava Myers. Riker, what does Ava have to say about that dominant performance against USAO?
Thanks, Adam. Ava, back-to-back great performances and execution from the Lions. How will this prepare the team playing Langston next Friday?
Well, when we have back-to-back games, it just prepares us to fight for every point and the endurance and all that. So,
you're in the top 5 for the Sooner Athletic Conference hitting percentages. How do you feel your performance has evolved over the season?
It's kind of more of a mental thing, not as much physical, but you just got to keep, if you swing one out, get blocked, you just got to be like, I got the next one, and I can do it.
Thank you so much. Great game, and congratulations on the win. Back to you, Adam.
Thank you, Riker. Thank you, Ava Myers. So expressive there as the Lady Lions take it tonight 3-0 over the USAO Lady Drovers. Their next game is going to be a home game October 11th against Langston University right here on campus, on the campus of Southwestern Assemblies of God University. There you see the rest of the way, or at least the next couple weeks for the Lady Lions. They got a double header on October 11th against Langston and then the University of the Southwest.
Bringing an out-of-conference team in. Actually, they used to be in the SAGU in the same conference as SAGU when SAGU was in the Red River Conference. So University of Southwest coming all the way in from Hobbs, New Mexico. Big trip. I'm sure they're doing a little run, and they were trying to get a tune-up for some other games. You're always trying to fit in more competition, and that's going to be a big game, just as a friendly match.
We won't see that one live, as the next day happens to be homecoming here at Southwestern at SAGU as they host Lyon University. So keep an eye on that one. That's going to be live coming your way Saturday at 1:30. But to keep in touch, keep up to date with the Lady Lions as they start to roll here in conference play, go ahead and follow us on all of our social network platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Go ahead and watch us live on YouTube as you can every game that we broadcast. Go ahead and give us a follow to stay connected and stay in touch with every sports news here that happens on the campus of Southwestern Assemblies of God University. But for today, that is all we have. Thank you to our student-led broadcast crew who works so hard every game to bring these events to you. For our courtside reporter, Riker Russell, for my partner in crime, John Cookman, I'm Adam Ferguson. Thank you for watching the SAGU Sports Network.